Hello, it is Previews Day 4, and I'm hanging out with these two today. I have a different group of preview people like every day. This is fun. Having a good time. The first show we saw this morning was 90 Lies an Hour with Paul Strickland. And first off, Paul Strickland was part of my favorite show last year, 13 Dead Dreams of Eugene, which was my top Fringe show last year. And this show also delivered. It was very, very funny. It's like a folksy storytelling style show where he tells stories about his Aunt True and Uncle False. And they're ridiculous tall tales and really enjoyable.
Very good. Yeah.
Do you guys have a one-sentence review for that show?
Go see it. There's guitar.
There is guitar. Yeah. There's also a car that runs mostly on cuss words, which I can relate heavily to. We used to have a truck in my house that ran on a complicated series of like turning around 2 times and pumping the pedal several times and turning the key the one way and then the other.
Easier.
Yep, you're right. So it's been fun and many more previews to go. Okay, second show of the day was the Great and Powerful Tim. I was repping. Yes. Well, it was the Great and Powerful Slim with his.
Yeah.
Sure. So this is the Great and Powerful Tim, Dunnit. It is no secret to anyone. Okay, wow.
I know this, but
I wasn't going to start there. It's no secret to anyone that I love the Great and Powerful Tim, as does Megan.
Who? Me? Us? What?
Yeah. No, we're hyped all the time. The show is Dunnit. It is a murder mystery theme, loosely.
Did someone steal the idea from us? I don't know. Was he in a murder mystery last year? Interesting.
Also, in a parallel to last year, when getting killed by us, Tim almost died. And then today, on this stage, Tim almost died.
He just trips a lot, man. He doesn't have a good center of gravity.
So the show, the one-sentence review of that show is, the magic word is rehearsal.
Mine was, don't worry about the cards, they were for a trick that got cut for time.
Yeah, so we are going back on the last Saturday of Fringe, so we'll report back on all of the exciting changes. It doesn't matter that the show was not smooth, it's so freaking funny.
It's funnier when it's fast.
Yeah, we had a great time. Even Mary had a great time, and Mary is very critical of magic shows. No, it was super fun, and highly recommend go see that show. Also, once you see it, we should compare notes, because I want to know what yours was like.
I bet it was different.
Third show. Megan, what are you doing?
Show number 3.
Coconuts, coral, and cow shit. The cursing rule goes away during Fringe, because people like to title their shows things like coconut, coral, and cow shit. Alright, so this is a one-woman show. It was in Green Venue. It's the first thing that I've seen in
Did you know it was
Green.
going to be a one-woman show?
Yes.
I did not.
Ah.
So I was like, oh.
Megan didn't know anything about it.
I'm not paying attention.
She's just along for the ride. This is what happens when you don't drive. You just show up and you go to things with me. Lucky you. It was about, I guess,
A girl?
Yeah, a girl and like some life struggles. I don't want to give away too much because like I feel like more of a description will give away too much of the story.
I feel like we tied together by some like therapy narrative and like adventurer overcoming things. I think that's probably what the description says, is something about like an adventurer goes through her mental journey.
And it was fun. I thought that she was a good performer.
If it was
fun.
fun.
Okay.
But I also had that like, oh, that was a fun show, and then I was like, no, it was very.
So it's a sad show. It's a heavy show. It does have some levity moments though. The like narrative version of the climb is really funny, and hoop tricks. That's Megan's favorite part. Were you like, yeah, I could do some of those?
Yeah, like this one.
Yeah. It was, that was descriptive and perfect. You know, I did that thing with my knees and then the butt and then the Cirque du Soleil, you know.
It's like a whip, but it's like.
It was It was an enjoyable show. The one sentence review of that show has to be, I think I'm gonna go with, and then there were hoop tricks.
We have gained a Vex.
We did! Yay! Lucky us. 2 more previews left. We just saw My Left Tit. A story, I think it's a story of a dog and her person.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I think that's, but it's like My Left Tit and then other words.
I mean, you're not wrong.
And it is a one-man show, which is an interesting choice for a show that is about 2 female characters.
Yep. Very nice. I mean,
Yeah.
given what he said at the end, that's not surprising. Also, like, during the show, I kind of figured that was, what is it?
Yeah. Okay, wait, Mary has the actual title.
My Left Tit, a sort of true tale of a magical bond between a dog and her person.
Okay.
Because the dog part is probably just like
What is in that?
hummus and spinach.
Thank you.
And so the show was funny in parts. The
Sad.
physicality of it was amazing. Like, we had a really, really, really enjoyable time. And definitely would recommend, like, this is one I would recommend. We had a good time. The one sentence review of that show is, what's your one sentence? I think Vex, it's your turn for a one sentence.
It's sad puppy adventure.
Sad puppy adventure.
Hey.
I can get behind that. Ooh, doors are
Sad
open
and
for the
exciting
next
puppy
show.
adventure.
We gotta go. So we just saw the last preview of the day, and it was Yuusha. Is that how we decided
Yeah,
it
Yuusha.
said? Yuusha.
That's how she said it.
Yeah, Eusha. It's in purple venue, and I chose this show, and then drug them along because it had the creep factor, and I love nothing more than the creep factor, and I feel like it delivered.
Yeah.
On every promise that was made.
Sentence review, Mallory.
My one sentence review is the lights are eyeballs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which was maybe one of my favorite
feel
parts
like
of the show.
Some
And
of your
like-
reviews aren't reviews.
No,
just
they're one sentence
true.
teasers.
We're true.
That's different. Like, I enjoy one sentence teasers, but it's different.
No, my review is the lights are eyeballs. Like, that would be the review. I have learned from years of reading critics that really my review can just be words. Yep.
That's what reviews are. That's
Mine
how
is-
the
So mine
communication
is
thing works.
yeah. So
usually.
mine are the lights are eyeballs, and actually one of the effects I really liked, and to the point where like as we got through the end of the show, I was like, for some reason I now see the light in a classic eye shape, which it's not, but my brain made it that way.
Wow.
Like
Stellar.
like even though it's just dimming and brightening, I was like, are we sure it's not like?
I was like,
Yeah, we're
bloating.
sure.
Yeah, me too. All right, well, I am heading with Mary to Anastasia. We'll review that afterwards, I guess. Yeah. She's going to International Teaser. Who knows what that one's doing. We're stranding her. Goodbye! We are about to see Anastasia, the Broadway musical version. I have not seen this movie in an age, but I know all of the songs from the film really, really well because it was one of my all-time favorite films. And so I'm excited to see what's different.
Look at how pretty this stage is. And there's like snow falling down.
We just looked at the musical numbers and the cast list. And there's a lot of extra songs, which is to be expected when you turn a movie into a musical. But there's a distinct lack of Rasputin, which I didn't realize that there would be. And there's instead some dude named Gleb, who is the antagonist. Gleb. I mean, the lack of Rasputin is sad, but this means that there's no Bartok. So why are we here? Well, there was no Bartok. And there was an entire villain whose motivation I'm still unclear on.
Yeah.
But the show was enjoyable. It was fun. It was, you know, the sweet parts that I liked and remembered were there. And also, Lily and Vlad, the side plot I never knew I wanted until now. But I wanted it. Because that was probably the most wonderful part of the show. I do recommend the show. It's a very enjoyable musical. If you like the movie, you will still enjoy it. Even some of the themes for the songs that aren't in there. For example, Rasputin's not in this, but the notes to his song are in another song.
Yeah, and the one that you were talking about that
iconic place in the movie.
Yeah, just at the beginning was also played as an
It
overture.
was played at the end.
Yeah.
When Anastasia ran away.
Yep.
At the end.
So it ends up, this show is much more historically accurate, and, you know, than the movie, because the ending is like, oh, nope, there was no Anastasia, even though, like, we know there was, because, you know, history knows that she never came back, so they played to that. And there's no magical guy or talking bat, so I guess that's the way they went with that.
I was pretty sure there was a talking bat in...
Yeah, history makes sense. No. I was gonna cross the road, but I decided we shouldn't die on camera.
Not on camera.
Yeah. I'm gonna stop the recording and then we're gonna run across the road. No, overall, it's been good. So we've had a day full of good shows.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do it all again tomorrow. I'll see you then.